Okie dokie. So we have that so far. So that was the easy part. We started with the face of our word. Then we have the sides of our word, sides of our letters. So next step is we are going to do the shadow. There is a difference between a shadow and a reflection. Like this. See, shadows going across on angles, reflections in the water, straight down. You're doing shadows, not reflections. Right? Yep.
Cross. Down.
Which one are they doing?
Both.
No.
Oh.
They're doing shadows.
That one.
That one.
Go. Cross.
Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to pretend my light source is right around where my left vanishing point is. You don't have to put the ugly sun there. I hate suns that look like that, so if I see some of them, I get it. It's funny, party hard. But just for an idea, light source is coming from behind the word, since this is the back of the word and this is the front of the letters of the word. Because our sun, our light, is here, my shadow, just like the shadow of my finger on the paper, sunlight's over here. The shadow is opposite of where the sun's hitting my hand. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a great example. Plus the clip that you guys just saw. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to show the shadow of the word in this space between lines 3 and line 4. But we're not going to go past line 4. This is all going to stay open. Again, don't make more work for yourself. Everything's going to happen in here. Because this space is shorter than this space, the shadow is going to be deformed. In this case, instead of being long and stretched out, it's going to be short, squished, and kind of compact. So it is going to look different than the actual word. But you should be able to tell that it is art kind of written upside down and backwards. Okay? So I'm going to start with the R, because the R is probably one of the easier ones, R and the T. The A is a little tricky because of that curve, so that's why I'm skipping ahead to this one. For your word, if you've got a straight vertical start to a letter, you could start it for the shadow and it would work out great. I'm going to skip around because with my squirrel brain, that's what I like to do. So this is how we're going to do a shadow. Line up the R on the very bottom with the left vanishing point where our light source is. Draw a line. I'm going to line up this part of the R. Again, same vanishing point. I'm just going to draw a partial line because I know it's not going to be that long. Now R's can be tricky because they've got that diagonal. So I know that the diagonal for the R has got to swing back. So I'm going to do the same thing here. And I'm just going to eyeball the thickness. It's going to be close. Again, it's a short, squished shadow. Okay? Now, I'm going to say that that's the bottom half of the R. Now the top half, it's like, well, it's a curve. How do you show that? Well, if you know already that there's a curve to the top part of the R, I'm just going to repeat, in this instance, a simple curve down here. Now, if you want to get picky, so this is for those of you that are a little more advanced or you want to try this, what you can do is hold your ruler vertical at the very fattest part of this curve and then draw a little helper line down there. So I have a little dot that I'm going to erase later. I'm going to line that dot up. Ooh, that was off. I'm going to line that dot up with my ruler, the vanishing point, and I'm going to draw a little line here. That is technically where the curved part of my R should be landing. Notice how I was way off and I looked at it and like, he looks too skinny on the top. That's because he was. Technically, the fat part of the R, because again, our shadow is shortened and it's squished and it's compact, but it actually swings out to right about here. So if you make a mistake, that's why we use pencil. Easy to fix. So we erase the ups, but then you can also erase that little guide and that little guide. And that could be where the little curve of your R looks, or I should say lands. And you could do the same for the rounded part, or I should say the little hole in the R. But I know this is pretty much lined up with the leg of the R, so I'm going to use that as my guide. And add the little hole here. And there's your R. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the A, and then I'm going to end with the T and the little exclamation point, and we'll see what we get. Go ahead, give it a shot. Alrighty guys, so that is how you would draw a shadow. Now I'm kind of leaning back here and looking and seeing, well, where does it look kind of goofy? Where does it look like I could change things? Because even if certain things look okay, go with your gut. If you notice that something looks a little off, change it. Right in here, something's bugging me. Now I know I lined this up, and I'm like, this still looks, even though it's a squished shadow, this still looks really fat compared to the real thing. So I might take it upon myself to just scooch it over. Why not? Had a conference with myself, decided I'm gonna do that. That already makes more sense to me. So then I'm gonna get rid of what I don't need. I'm a messy sketcher. I end up sketching a lot of lines and then erasing all of them except the one or two I want to keep. So, and if you want to erase and clean up your paper like I did, you can. If you want to show your work, so to speak, and leave all those notes and everything, far be it for me to stop you. Go ahead. It's kind of fun to see what you had to do to get to this point.